The story of the film is wish fulfillment. That's being a kid, dreaming for something greater than yourself, and then achieving it.
All kids dream of being a superhero. What was it like actually playing a superhero?
Dream come true.
Wish fulfillment, yeah.
To the max.
So I think this film is literally what everybody needs right now, because I feel like it reminds everyone how important childhood imagination, childhood freedom is. What do you think people can learn from Shazam and Billy Batson?
You know, I think that there's so many relatable things. One of the things that Billy's going through in this movie is imposter syndrome. And I think that's something everybody can relate to. Like, am I enough? And you are. I mean, I can say that with all certainty, that you are enough, and I am enough, and we are all enough, but we need to get there. And I think it's one of the things that Billy kind of comes to in the movie, but also family. I mean, family is our first and most important community, whether you're born into it or chosen by it, or you choose it, you know, and that's what the case is in this film. And I think that's a hugely important theme that people can take from this. But also just, you know, loving yourself, believing in yourself, being believed in by your family. I mean, these are all important.
And how fun was it playing one of the villains in this movie?
It was heroic, goddess-like fun.
Yeah.
It was the fun of the gods, really,
Yeah.
the fun from heavens. It was fantastic. We truly enjoyed ourselves. Although it was hard work, it was challenging, you know, and we had a lot of complaining to do. My feet hurt, my back hurts, my arms hurt, my costume's so heavy. But it was great fun.
Nice. Billy didn't ask to be the champion. This was something that was chosen for him. How do you feel like your character's developed since the first film?
I feel like Billy still doesn't feel like he's the chosen one. You know, he still has that fear of abandonment and not knowing what his future is going to look like, and it is still surreal to him that he gets to save the world with his family and be a superhero, and he's all giddy about it.
The kids go through so much on both a human level and a superhero level. Yeah. What was it like to direct both of those different aspects of this film?
I mean, that's what I love about Shazam, that it is sort of emotional as well, that it isn't just like action and spectacle, but there's actual heart to it.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have such great actors, you know, like Asher, he gets often to do the more sort of emotional parts, and which he's so great at, you know, like in the first movie where he finds his mom and she doesn't want him and all that. And he has some moments in this too where it's like, it gets really emotional. And then you have Zach to be, you know, the superhero who has fun and is a little bit goofy, you know.
What I loved about this film is that the villains weren't just bad for the sake of being bad. They had true motivation. How did that impact the ambition for playing this character from your perspective?
Well, I think from the very beginning when I had the meeting with David Sandberg, the director, you know, I said, is it possible for me to talk to you about making sure that they're not villains, that they're saviors of their world, and that we have a trajectory of good for ourselves, to have an intention, a positive intention. And I said it doesn't have to be anything but one or two lines to infuse that energy in, because I don't think a villain or an antagonist is interesting if they're just one-dimensional and they're just bad for being bad.
You know, the Wizard is a man of all ages, and it was important for the Wizard to witness that he made the right decision, and of course he found the right champion, and that champion could live up to the challenge.
I love that there's family dynamics of both the heroes and the villains. How did that help you in terms of playing this character?
Well, because I have to interact with both, it was a really great bridge between, you know? So we're all younger sisters. We all have an older sister that we listened to in real life. And so it was just really easy to tap into that. And also I really like the aspect, like there's a different dynamic between a blood-related family versus a chosen family like the Shazamily. It's really cool.